and therefore counseling may be more required for people like us, successful people like us, and that is why it is no more treated as a problematic-oriented activity. It is treated as a universal, needed by every child, every individual. And the students having lots of anxiety, stress because of the examination and the academic competitions. Everybody, the moment the child walks up, then the parents started telling about the academic, go and study. So this is the message, and that is why there is a need to focus on physiological, emotional, and psychological aspects of the students rather than a normal routine exercise. And because counseling is also quite in harmony with the goals of education to facilitate maximum total personality development. That is why it is also very closely related to education. It's not a part, it's not a separate body of education. It cannot be separated from education. You cannot think of education separate from counseling. On the other words, counseling cannot be thought of in separation from education. That is why it is an integral part, and therefore, in view of this, the SCRT having all this thought, SCRT Nagaland was the first SCRT in the whole country to design this course and then introduce this development of counseling, school counseling in the country. So we have the authority to say anything. I do not know, but particularly school counseling, the country, the whole world should come and learn from us. And that is the pride the SCRT is bringing. And therefore, as far as school counseling is concerned, our students, they are so proud that they are going to be graduated from this institute, because we are the author of this in the country. And there is no any other who has authored it. We are the first people. And therefore, we have every reason to be proud of. And today, we are so happy that all of us have come. Many of you come from outside the system of the SCRT. On behalf of the SCRT, I want to welcome you. Hear the preaching song, hear the children cry. Let's come together, feel alright. Let the past of the turkey breathe heart, one love. There is one question I really love to ask my heart. Is there such a place for the hopeless sinner? For His heart for mankind.
It was inaugurated by our Honorable Minister, Sir Tanjun Imna. And today we're about 8 months old. And this institute, we aim to promote Carl Rogers, the philosophies of Carl Rogers. And I believe, as we all also know and heard about Carl Rogers, that he is one of the most influential psychologists in the modern world today. And through this very Carl Rogers philosophy, as he is the pioneer of person-centered therapy, of the non-directive approach to counseling, I believe that this has a high influence, or this has the highest ability to encourage a person not only in the counseling setting, but also in the setting of a teaching, and as well as other platforms. Now, talking about teachings, the fact that most of you, I believe most of you are a teacher, I would like to share some few things where Carl Rogers could play a role in your very teaching as well. You see, when we talk about Carl Rogers, the core factors of it are genuineness, congruence, providing unconditional positive regards. You see, imagine myself, being a student who keeps on failing in the class. I keep on failing, I always get bad marks. And every time I go to collect my paper, my answer script from my teacher, I get a fail mark. Every time I go collect, fail. What happens is that it affects me emotionally, psychologically, and physiologically. But what if we were able to make use of the philosophies of convergence? When the student comes to collect the paper, even though he has failed, how about what if you mention about some few positive thing about the things that he wrote in an answer script? It can be in terms of his handwriting improving. It can be in terms of the way he marginalized the answer script. It can be in terms of maybe a sentence or two where he wrote properly or accurately. So when we encourage him that way, when we provide empathy in that regard, when we're genuine towards him, somehow, isn't it a little bit obvious that the next time your paper comes to him, he is likely to have that mindset that, oh, I want to study more. It's going to encourage him that way. So that way, Colordo's philosophy can also be very beneficial in the teaching platform as well. Now, I brought some visions about our institute. So our institute, we vision that we want to promote mental health. We want to promote mental health to all categories of students and even to youths, so as to cater to the needs of mental health and emotional well-being as well. And some of the aims and objectives that I brought before you this morning are to provide professional training on mental health, school counseling, life skills, and as well as providing licensing to counselors, school counselors. I believe most of us, we are aware of what ANCA is, All Nagaland Counselors Association. And after the completion of this course, I encourage you, please join that group and let's work together through that group as well. And I wanted to conclude by quoting Carl Rogers, which is, the experience of being understood and valued gives us the freedom to grow. Think again, the experience of being understood and valued. The experience of being understood and valued gives us the freedom to grow. With that, I conclude. Now, as we are given this time to have an informal interaction, I'm really happy. I'm also really happy to get to introduce my students and my colleague members from my institute. Some of them are here. Let's begin with an introduction. So if at all you don't know the person seated next to you, I am sure you are aware of how this introduction goes. If at all you don't know that person, for instance, the first thing that I noticed for anything that pastor is handsome. So if I don't know his name, I'm going to ask his name. And that way I'm going to introduce him to all of you, and I'm going to say one positive thing about him or his personality or the way he looks. Shall we do that? So shall we go from this side or this side?
Good morning everyone. This is the next one. His name is Hugo. First time getting to know him today, but my first information about him is very decent and very interesting. So please move.
Then I will start again. The person seated over here, his name is Pastor Benda, and today is the first time I'm getting to meet him. I think he's very handsome, and as well as he's very approachable, and that is a quality that I like about him. You can introduce her to everyone.
The person sitting next to me is Atilla. A little personal, but she's my fiancée, and we are getting married September 8th. One good quality about her is there are a lot of good qualities about her, but one thing that I really like about her is she is very considerate, and then she is very gentle in every approach that she takes.
Good morning, everyone. So this wonderful, beautiful lady seated here is Abe, and the first impression I get about her is she seems very energetic. She looks like a powerhouse, and she's currently working as an executive member in Power System.
And she teaches English in GMS Bazaar, and she's a trainee here in Asia.
Good morning, everyone. My friend's name is Wei. She's also a teacher in Seoul, and she's a trainee here. A very positive thing about her is she is very calm, very peaceful. So whenever we are stressed, for me personally, I'm always stressed. So when I sit near her, I feel the calmness. So that is something good about her.
And she's also a teacher. Her positive thing is she's very approachable and very kind and understanding person. Thank you.
Yeah, and the person seated next to me is Amina. This certificate course from Carl Rogers Institute. Yes, and she's Ryan.